Good evening, everyone. It is April the 17th. Tonight, you will need a pair of weights, a pair of bands. You need at least two. If you have three, then you have the ability to change the bands as you like. And you're going to need your chair. We're going to be doing the terrible trio, which means we will do one set of 7 exercises from the standing position, one set of exercises from the seated position, and one set of exercises from the floor position. And as we go along, you will have the opportunity to adjust your computer so that you can continue watching what is going on. We're going to start with our warm up. Make sure you have your water and you know what's around you on the floor. So let's get moving. All right. Things I need to close. That would be one of them. Ooh. It's like, don't do that to me. Parts, now that I got to go in there and edit that. So here we go. Let's just go into a wide stance here and breathe those arms up. And use this opportunity to stretch those shoulders. And let's just go into a little bit of that bend and sweep. Make sure you're doing some good breathing with these. Exhale and inhale on the way up. And one more. Hold it up here. Reach. You want a nice long stretch all the way up to your fingertips. And just roll your shoulders back into big open, pushing those shoulder blades together, getting some stretch through there. And let's drop our arms behind. You want to fold them up and pull your elbows back. Chin up. Chin back to neutral and let those hands slide down. Come forward and clasp. Tuck your chin again. And we're just going to open and breathe it back to the big open position. And let's do our heels up. We're going to keep it relatively simple on the warm-up because we're going to be doing a lot of things I don't want us to overdo before we get there. But we want to make sure our quads are awake and that our glutes are awake. Good. All right, let's do a little step on, step off. Rotating with one side and the other. Last one. All right, shake it on out. Okay, we're gonna get ready to start. We're gonna do 7 things: jacks, biceps, hip hinges, curtsy lunge, triceps, crisscross abs, and the side knee reach. To start with our jacks, we're gonna need to put a band on your thighs at thigh level, and then have a second band at arms. All right. So get your bands on and placed. And we will keep these bands on until I say, hey, it's time to take them off. Or the leg band, that is. And I'm going to use the green one for arms. So we're going to go right here. All right. So we'll do a step open and close on the jack. And then we'll have our weights for biceps. I'm going to move them to where I can get to them. Dun, dun, dun. Okie dokie. Let me set my timer. And here we go. All right. All right, there's going to be a 5-second countdown. 3, 2, 1. So our jack's going to be like this. So there's no impact. It's just that side to side, open and close. Good. Doing this for 40 seconds. Our next one is going to be biceps, so we'll take the band on the arms off and pick up the weights and go from there. 15 seconds left. Good. 3, 2, 1. Take the band off. Roll those shoulders and take a nice deep breath. up your weights for biceps. So we're going to keep the band on the legs on so you can just kind of go to a little bit of a hip hinge stance, kind of sit into it. Good upper body. 3, 2, 1. So up and down. Now make sure that there's that stop at the top and that stop at the bottom so you're not swinging. You want to add a little extra. Pick those elbows up right into your triceps. And if you don't want to do that, then don't. But I find when you lift up into there, your triceps go like, whoa, what extra crash slam heel is that? Good. 10 seconds. We're going to go into a hip hinge. Take the band below your knees in just a moment. In 3, 2, 1. Put your weights down. Band to below knees. And then go into your hip hinge position where you're most comfortable. We'll roll those hips back. We're going to hold it there for 10 and then pulse for the other 30. The band will come off after this. 3, 2, 1, and roll back in the hips for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and begin your little pulse here. As soon as this one is over, take the band right on off. We're going to go into curtsy lunge. Be nice to your hamstrings. Protect your back. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Legs together. Slide that band off. And we're going to pick up one weight. We're going to do a curtsy lunge with a hand switch on the weight. So you'll curtsy lunge with the weight and with the weight, however you want to do it with your arms. Don't go overboard. Ready? Steady. 3, 2, 1. And remember on your curtsy lunges, you want to get the first 4 or 5 on each side to be your stretch. Then switch hands. You want to practice your grip pass and then your balance. After this, we'll pick up the other weight and do kickbacks. Good. Nice smooth movement. Go switch it out in 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a little shakedown. Pick up your other weight. Gonna do triceps. Focus here would be picking those elbows up, straightening your arm as much as you can, and then swinging it, bringing it back in. Place it, don't space it. 3, 2, 1. Keep your head and neck at neutral. Focus on pushing those shoulder blades towards one another while your elbows are up and back. Good. You can do singles. You're having a rough shoulder day. Then you just do one, then the other. Good. Nice. We're going to be doing crisscross abs with a squat next, so we're going to put our weights down when this is done. And 3, 2, 1. Relax those shoulders. All right. So you know we do our crisscross abs, we do like this. When you put your foot down, you're going to come down in a squat and then bring it to you and go back down in your squat. So it's a very shallow squat, but you're going to add that crisscross. So go ahead and start with open stance. 3, 2, 1. Draw your knee up and squat. Draw your knee up. Draw it up. Good. Keep your head and chest up. We have one left after this, which is the side reach. We'll pick our weights back up. Oh, looking good. Take those hips back there. In 3, 2, 1. We'll shake it off. All right. Weights are in a V hold. Nice stance here, shoulders in line with your hips. We're just going to control through here for 40 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. That little side reach. Try not to go too fast. Give your back time to experience the stretch. You need to slow it down and go lower if you want to. Be mindful of your back. We'll be done in 3, 2, and 1. Then set your weights to the side. Yay. All right. Open and close those hands. Roll the wrists. Now that we are nice and warmed up with the first round, we're going to do a little more stretching. Other way. Nice, big, gentle backstroke. Nice and slow. Don't want to overdo the arms. We want to get that stretch in there. Now that you're really warmed up, let's add a little stretch. It gives us a nice little breather, a aperitif as it were. Do one more on each side. All right. So for the next round, we'll be doing power jacks, power biceps, sit to stand, lunge on the side of the chair. We'll actually stand up for that one. Long arm tricep, reverse sit, and side forward reach from the seated. So we have to stand up for one of those. You will need a band at thigh and below knee. So put your heavier band on top and your next band down. And then when we sit down, you'll have a pair of weights in your hands. So we're going to be seated power jacks. So go ahead and get everything ready. Get your band on. So we want one on the top of the legs and one at the below knee position. If that bothers you, you can take it lower. You got to remember not to get it up in the joint, because that really could bother you. And then you'll have your weights right here, and you'll just do a little open and close at this position. If you don't want to do the second band, you can take that off. And then I'll just roll us into the exercises much like I did a while ago with our cueing. So if everybody's ready, and it looks like you are, Cindy's already jamming to the music. Here we go. We're gonna have that 5-second countdown. Power jacks for the win. Here we go. And go. Keep the weights low and close to your body. They're not going to be flailing around out in front of you. You're not walking through a forest trying to get spider webs out of your way. Ooh, feel that burn in those cheeks. Good. We're in the countdown now. For 3, 2, 1. All right, set your weights down for a moment. Make any adjustments you need on your band. Keep your weights. You're going to put 2 of them in one hand. And just take your legs to resistance position. And for 20 seconds, we'll lift. And then we'll change it over. 3, 2, 1. So we're doing a power bicep lift for approximately 20 seconds. Get ready to switch and go ahead and do that, and just go to the other side and go right into that lift. Excellent. And we'll be done with this in 3, 2, 1. Set your weights aside. We're going to do a sit to stand, so we're going to power up and then sit down slowly. So get your legs spread apart. Make sure you're in a good place on your chair. So we're going to power ourselves up and sit down slow. We can all figure out what we're doing. 3, 2, 1. Power up fast, and then sit down slow, and then power up as fast as you can, and sit down slow. Power up, sit down nice and slow. Excellent. As soon as we finish this, we're going to take our bands off and go into lunges, which we will stand up for. Go ahead and bands off. 3, 2, 1. Bands off. And just go to a position where you can take one leg into lunge position. We will hold that position and lunge for 20 seconds, and then we'll go to the other side. So with your chair, table, counter, whatever you have, 3, 2, 1. And we're just going to stay right here for approximately 20 seconds. Adjust your legs as you need to. Good. Good upper body, chest is nice and open so you can breathe. And switch. I got caught up in the music and forgot to change this over. Sorry. So we'll have 5 extra seconds. And we're going to be done in 3, 2, 1. Pick up those weights. Nice long arms. Push back. So y'all know this is long arm. Push back here. In 3, 2, 1. Long arm, push back. Now, as you lift, you want to feel the engagement of your abs right through here, because your arms are long and your abs tighten in order to help all of that lift. Good. And then next, we are going to do reverse sit up or the knee lift, whichever one you prefer. So we're going straight to the chair. We could have done this sitting down, but I forgot. And it's okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, put your stuff aside, sit on the front edge of your chair. Either do the reverse sit up, which is lift, press, and in, or just the regular lift and tap. Your choice. I recommend some sort of combo of the two to get everything in 3, 2, 1. I like to do it and then come back in with a knee. Make it a 4 count. Use your chair to help you hold your back steady. Good. Nice. Make sure you're breathing. And then we'll need our weights when this one is over. So if they're right next to you, just pick them up. In 3, 2, and 1. Get your weights and go ahead and wobble on your chair just a little bit to get your back loosened up. All right, wide stance. Long arms down, side floor reach. Here we go. Now remember, your goal is not to touch the floor, it's to reach. Keeping your shoulders in line with your hips, so you're using your core. You are touching the floor after you've done it a couple of times on both sides, then you flip your grip. Make your weights shorter, so you have to work a little harder. All right, almost done. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and put your weights down. Let's come up here and rock our hips. Make sure our back is in good position. Again with the hands. Roll your wrists. And let's roll the shoulders. Do a little twist, make sure we're okay in there. All right, we are going to go to the floor. So make sure you have, if you've got a non-padded floor, make sure you have something underneath so that you're not, causing yourself any extra bruising. You will need a band. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is windmill jacks laying on the floor, and you don't need a band for that. But as soon as that is done, you need to put a band on it, and you can put that at knee or thigh, and we're going to use that for 4 things afterwards. So you'll need a band next to you and a pair of weights next to you once you go to the floor. I think what I'm going to do is just turn the music off for the floor work so that I'm not distracted by what's going on. The song is aptly named Fall Apart. My brain's about to fall out of my head. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way just a little bit so that you can kind of see what's going on. Get my weights and my band for legs and have that next to me. And then, of course, my phone so I can see. So we're going to be doing several arm mover. We're going to be doing several arm moves. I wanted to say moves and maneuvers, and that was just not coming out. Maneuvers. All right. Okay, so everybody get down on the floor. Everybody adjusted? Are y'all well adjusted people? All right, we're going to be doing the windmill jack when that's where you lay back and you bring the opposite arm and the opposite leg up to one another. So if you're here like this, but only from a laying down position. Then we're going to do a biceps bridge. So we're going to put the band on either at thighs or knee level. Lay back, pull your feet in, and you're going to lift your butt up off the floor. So that's the bridge. And the biceps part is where your arms are laying on the floor and you're just going to curl them from the floor position. So the back of your arm stays on the floor and you're just going to curl from there. When you go forward, when you lengthen your arm in the curl, you do not have to straighten your arm completely because that is going to be awkward and not feel good because you have the floor behind you. Just take it as far as you can and come back, keeping that protected. Then we're going to do a hip lift, which means we're going to pull our knees in and just lift our hips off the floor from that position. It's like kicking the ceiling out. We'll do open and close with the band. So we'll open and close our legs like a clam and do a little bit of a fly at the same time. We're going to go back into the bridge and do the bridge in the chest press. Then we'll do pat the floor with our legs straight up, sitting in a crunch, and the penguin where we're reaching around towards our ankles. And we'll see how I survive with a mic pack on my hip while I'm doing this. Y'all can see me okay? Yeah, I see hands doing like this. I can't see y'all, but I can see your thumbs. All right, everybody go ahead and lay back. We're going to start with the windmill. Hold on. I'm going to make a quick edit. I'm going to quick edit on the run. What we'll do is we'll do each one, and I don't want us to have to feel like we're in a rush to change from one thing to another. So I'm just going to have it the workout set, and we'll just do it literally just do 40 seconds, and then we'll do the next one and the next one. That way we don't feel like we are rushed to get from one to another. That way we can enjoy our work. So go ahead and lay back. We have a 5-second countdown just to do windmill jacks. Open and out, and then up. So you cross one arm to the other. Try to bring your legs up nice and long, and your arms nice and long. Good. You can sit up in a crunch if you want to, just a little bit. See those legs up there, y'all. Got 20 seconds left. Good, good, good. And we're done in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and grab your knees and roll yourself to seated. Get your band, and you're going to put that on at either below knee position or above knee or thigh position, whichever one is going to be working for you. We're going to go into our bridge. So the band will help put some resistance on. And as a reminder, I'll demonstrate the bridge. is like this, where you have your heels relatively close to your hips, and you're going to lift your rear end and down and up. The bicep curl that goes with it is your arm here, and you're just going to curl towards your shoulder and back out again. So we're keeping it relatively simple with that lift. All right. Let me get our timer going. 5-second countdown. Push your heels in and lift your hips and do your little bicep curl to go with. When you lift, focus on tightening the back, your glutes. If you want a little more, lift your toes. All right. And just have a nice, gentle bicep curl going there. And we'll be done in 3, 2, and 1. All right. We are going to do the hip lift. So set your weights to one side so that you're not going to accidentally roll. The hip lift is where you bring your knees in, your hands are on the floor, and you're going to contract your abs and try to lift your hips up just a little bit, okay? If it helps, if you want to push your feet up and try to lift from there, and it doesn't have to be big. Like I said, it's a very internal ab maneuver. So we're going to do that. Do as many as you can. Don't hurt yourself. Here we go. And lift. You really have to brace in your abs. Just do that little tiny contraction. There you go. Tighten it up. It almost seems like a rock, but you're just trying to get your low back and your hips to help work with the contraction to lift your back of your hips off the floor. And no, holding your breath doesn't work. And we'll be done in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and put your feet down. All right. Next, we're going to do open and close. So pick up your weights. Pull your knees in. Keep your feet together. You're going to open your knees, and you'll take your arms out in a little bit of a fly, just like so. And that's what we're going to do next. So ready? 5-second countdown. 3, 2, 1. So you open and close. You want to keep your feet together and just open those knees. Do a little bit of that fly maneuver, keeping the weights over your chest. Nice, steady breathing. Be mindful of where your arms are. Good. All right. Good job, you guys. And we'll be done in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Put your feet down. We are going to do one more set of our bridge. I've got to get my feet on the edge of the carpet. This one, we're going to lift up our hips again and bring your arms out to the side to goalpost. And as you lift your hips, you press up into your overhead press and bring everything down and almost touch. All right, we're already in position for it. So let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Again, if you want a little more from your bridge, lift your toes, kind of drive into your heels. Good. Ten seconds. And we'll be done in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Go ahead and set the weights to the side. I'm going to inchworm myself back onto my little carpet here. Okay. Let your legs go out for just a moment to relax. Take a deep breath. Hold it in there, kind of push it into your back, and exhale. Pat the floor is next. So what you do on pat the floor, you're going to bring your feet up, hold them in a relative position here. They don't have to be straight up. You can have them slightly bent. Then you sit up into a crunch position, and your shoulders stay here, and your hands are going to do this, pressing up and down like a bellows. Now, as you do this one, sometimes your head can get very heavy. So what you will do is you will simply gently support and do one hand for about 10, and then switch and do the other hand for about 10 if you need neck support. Okay? So everybody ready? Here we go. 5-second countdown. Sit up in your crunch and pat the floor. Let's go. Make sure you're breathing. Support your head and neck when you need to. And then make sure you switch it out so both sides get the work. Good. Breathe, people. And we'll be done with this in 3, 2, and 1. Head down, feet down. All right. One more time for me to play a little scoot along the floor here. All right, so we're going to go back to our bridge position. And we're going to sit up in our crunch and with our hands nice and long at our sides. So sit yourself up in a crunch, and we are going to reach around the side toward our ankles. So you can use your legs in the band to open that stance a little bit more so you can get your ankles where you can find them. And you're going to go side to side. So it's like our side floor reach, except we're laying down flat on the floor and able to reach our ankles in some way, shape, or form. That is what we're going to do. And that is called a penguin. And we're going to knock that little bugger out in 40 seconds. Ready, steady, and go. So you'll just reach from side to side. Now, same thing as pat the floor. If you need to support your neck, then simply hold it here and do them. It seems like you're doing one side, but make sure you're making your other side movement. And then switch your arms out as you need to. Making sure you're doing the movement for both sides, even though one arm may not be nice and long. Okay. Good. Almost done. We'll be finished with this in 3, 2, and 1. Head down and take that infernal band off. Okay. Go ahead and bring your legs up and hold behind your knees. And I want you to flex your toes and point, flex and point, flex and point. Take your legs apart, hold a nice wide V and roll your ankles. There you go. And then go the other way. Bring them up. We're going to cross and open, cross and open. Another pair of those. Cross and open, cross and open. Bring them in. Legs down to the floor, arms out to the side. Make sure your weights are out of the way. And try to keep both feet touching the floor, whether it's your heels, your toes, or whatever. You're just going to roll your knees to one side, keeping your feet. You're kind of getting into your hips here. So we're going to do a little little hip movement. Go to the other side. And do it again. We're going to do 8 total. So this is number 3. And you can count from this point. Go nice and slow as you need to. All right. Once you're done, bring your knees into your chest. Adjust your back so that you can bring your knees in as high as they can go. And we're going to curl up in towards our knees and hold that position, kind of bowing your back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your knees right here. We're going to do that same hip maneuver that we just did, but we had our feet on the floor. So hands out to the side, roll your hips to the side as far as they can go. Can you almost get to the floor here? And then pull your knees in towards your chest as you draw it back. And let's go to the other side. Now we're only going to do 4 of these, so that's 1 more on each side. And then come back in for the other one. All right. Lock a hand behind your legs, roll yourself up. Take as long as you need to roll yourself up. I got to find my pack so I don't sit on it. Sit up nice and tall. In your sitting tall, try to roll your hips forward, taking your belly button towards your ankle, okay? But not your chest. So your chest is up nice and tall. You're just rolling those hips forward. So you're getting that curved stretch out of your hips. And you can hold on to your shins and just kind of let your back push in. So you're pushing your spine towards your belly button, towards your ankle. And let's hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath up. And then just let everything relax. Okay. You guys, thank you for rolling around on the floor with me and all the other shenanigans we got up to tonight. And we will see you next week.